Welcome to the Now You Know podcast, a podcast that will guide you to successfully navigate the online world and give you, as a super bonus, some thought-provoking takes on life. Without further ado, here is your host, entrepreneur, marketer, professor, and author, Flavio Salza. We are happy to have you here today. Enjoy the show.
Okay, so today we're gonna talk about actually, if you are reading the Now You Know guidebook, this is gonna be the start of the interaction part two, and what makes different from interaction part one basically is interaction in a more deeper way. And actually, there is a quote from Timothy Leary, I guess. I got his name correctly. If you want to change the way people respond to you, change the way you respond to people. That's what I mean about interaction. And I think this quote summarized that very well. So if you want to change the way people are responding to your content, you have to show how you actually respond to people's content or comment or whatever, right? So today's lesson or today's episode is about crediting your listeners. You know, sometimes you got a good suggestion or hint from one of your listeners or followers. You know, just credit them. You know, don't be afraid of you know, it's even not polite to take someone's suggestion and make it as your own, right? So if you ever had someone take credit for your ideas at work, for example,
You serious?
yeah, I mean, like you already maybe know how frustrating it is, right? Someone taking credit for your work. So if you know that, so you don't do it that as well, right? So how to go, is to always credit and thanks your listeners. And remember, we talked about thanking your listeners before, because you are building a relationship with your listeners, and trust is a must, right? So you can decide the best way to credit your listeners. You can do a mention, for example, by adding a few words or thanks, and then credit them in the end. You can indicate them as the initial source of your post. For example, Mr. Souza actually shared this idea with me, so I would like to say thanks to him or whatever. He is the idea. So you can tell the name of the person, or you can contact the person first if she is okay. If you mention her address, like website or profile, whatever it is, you can take this step as well. So go and try to talk to the person first about your idea, that you're gonna credit her for the idea or for the sharing, if it's okay with her. So it's up to you basically on deciding which way works better, right? The the main point is keep crediting your listeners, and the important action here is always to give credit where credit is due. But sometimes what's happened is that you eventually you don't know actually from where this was the original post, right? Or who was the first one to actually share that. So if you are not sure about who to credit, just don't credit, right? Yeah, because the worst thing is that you credit someone, but actually it's not the first one that actually create the post, right? So I know internet can be hard for you to detect who was the first one to actually create the post. So again, it's hard to trace the origin of the post or the idea on the internet, right? So, but thanks for sharing. It doesn't hurt, right? To anyone. So instead of credit, if you don't know the sure person who is the original creator about the post, you just say thanks for the sharing or something like that, which is a little bit broad, but it's still polite and somehow crediting that you got from this person, right? So as action, go ahead and practice crediting your listeners for ideas, suggestions, or valuable shares can be also as well, right? Like I wrote on the Now You Know guidebook, there is no formula actually to how to do that, because it's about showing your heart and crediting actions, and that's just a habit that you're gonna get it forward from now on, I hope, as part of the interaction part 2. All right, so see you soon again. Bye bye.
Bye, have a great time.
Thanks for listening. The Now You Know guidebook is now available at Amazon worldwide. Get your copy on paperback or Kindle. You can also keep up and interact with Flavio Salza via LinkedIn and Twitter. Plus, check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, keep rocking and loving on what you do.